Hey, what's up guys? My name is Ian, and in this video we're going to be making paper. Now you might be thinking, why in the world would we be making paper on a film photography YouTube channel? And let me tell you why. This is a fun project that I think would be beneficial to my channel, and I'm interested in it, so I want to do it. All we're doing today is taking recycled paper and turning it into something to call your own. That's pretty much it. It's nothing fancy, nothing too serious, but something that you can do for 40 bucks at home. This is going to be the first part of a multi-part series. First step is making your actual paper. Second part is creating the photosensitive paper, and then the third part is testing it. And yeah, that's right, you heard me. Photosensitive paper. It's kind of like a wet plate or something like that. You create your own silver nitrate gelatin, which you put that emulsion over the paper and it becomes photosensitive, and then you take it through your chemical process, and then you have yourself a nice looking photo. When I think of film photography, I think of actually making the photo from start to finish, from getting the roll of film to developing the roll of film and to eventually printing the negative onto your paper that you too can create at home if you follow this tutorial. So yeah, let's take a look at how we can actually make our paper from scratch. This is a very conventional way of making paper, very easy, anyone can do it, and this is my first time doing it, so I'm still learning. I'm sure I'm going to share with you guys processes of how to make it better in the future, but as of right now, this is what I have. So let's take a look. So when you first start out, you're going to want to take some old paper that you have either recycled or you don't need, and you can cut it up, you can shred it, whatever color paper that you want will dictate the type of ink that you have on the recycled paper that you have. So typically you want to stick with just plain old black and white paper, recycled paper that you've had either at your house or your work, or just old files that you don't need anymore. So once you've put it into a blender, then you want to add just a little bit of water. In this video here, I've probably added a little too much water, but at the end, you're just putting paper and water together, and then you're hitting the power button. Be careful here, make sure you have the lid on super tight, because the first time I did it, it got everywhere. So once you have blended it, then you're going to get this kind of pulp-like consistency, and it's gonna feel really gross on your hands. Don't worry about it. This is super necessary for the next step. The next step is to pouring it into your container that you're going to use to frame up your paper. An important part of this process is going to the store and getting some frames, or if you have some old picture frames laying around your house, then use those, but you need two frames that are identical to each other, the identical size. For me, in this video, I used 8x10 frames. I went to Hobby Lobby. They were kind of pricey, and that's why I said earlier that it costs about $40 to make your own paper at home. What I did is I got two frames, and then I went and I also found a metal grid at Hobby Lobby, enough to where it'll allow the water to seep through the bottom of the grid, but enough to where it'll catch the paper, the pulp that it's kind of like you're painting for gold almost. You swirl it around and then you lift up to get the pulp onto the frame. So basically what you do in this process is you put the two frames together, and then you simply just lift it up and you sift it out. And then you can put it on your table or wherever you're working with. And then you pull the top frame off that was guiding the pulp into its place. Next, you take some sort of cloth. In my case, I was also at Hobby Lobby, and I got curtain material, and I cut it up into little pieces, and you're going to want to flip it over the pulp onto the curtain material cloth. You can use old t-shirts, whatever it is that you guys want to use. It needs to be a material that will stick to the pulp though. You might have a few test runs here and there. So what the sponge here is for is to take the water out of all the pulp. Since it's super wet, you need to get all that out so it won't take as long to dry and you won't have as much of a mess in the end. So once you've scrubbed everything down, then you're gonna take it off very carefully. This is super, super important that you take it off slowly so it'll stick to your fabric that you have chosen. And then all you gotta do, repeat those processes from start to finish, and then find somewhere to hang your paper or the material that you have attached your paper to, and let it set for probably 12 to 24 hours again. And then you can get a shot like this, and this is kind of the final reveal where you can peel it apart from the cloth or fabric that you have, and there you go. You got yourself your very own paper, and it looks old-timey, it looks cool, and it's something that you can call your own. And in the next video, maybe not the next video, but we will continue this series throughout. I have to make my very own at-home dark room to kind of get to the next process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.